Yes, my name is Anna Poe. I'm the founder of Paco Collars. We do handmade leather dog collars and leashes. Retail space. This is like all the display. When we first moved in here, the entire thing was in this space. Like, it was kind of nuts. So like, obviously like customers can come in and look at things. Then this is Jen, and this is the admin area. This is where we do like all the shipping. Those are all of our customer pickups right there. There's Paco in a box on the shelf.
Sounds like there's a story there.
Yeah. Here's like a bunch of our bag stock. All of our leather gets cut over here by Leo, who's not in yet. And then after it gets cut, then it goes to prep. And Mariana and Olivia are like doing all the prepping. Right now Thurman is setting a whole bunch of rhinestones because a lot of our stones are really cool, but they come like loose. So we have to like do them.
Cool.
And then this is the deco area. This is Molly and I decorate all the collars and things like that.
Neat.
And yeah.
Cool.
Well, you always stick those how to make leather leashes for our training clients. She's like, oh, well, why don't you just make him one? I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And then the owner of the company was like, oh, that's really cool. Why don't you make more, like start putting them up, you know, like in the glass display case. And then the customers at the dog daycare started buying them, and that's how Paco Collars was born.
Nice.
It's like, you know, like the general rule is like keep your day job till the bitter end.
Yeah.
So you're not sleeping anymore.
Did you do that?
I did do that, but I still quit too early.
Okay.
I still quit too early. So then I would supplement by doing kind of like under the table like dog boarding. I was on unemployment and used government money to fund the business.
As it
like,
should be.
Yeah. And the other thing is that like I was in a position where it's like I had zero credit. So like I couldn't get any loans. I couldn't get any like I couldn't access capital. So I would like literally take the money from selling one collar to like buy the parts for like 3 more. And then like sell those 3 and buy the parts to make 9. You know, like so it was like this very incredibly slow like growth curve, which actually I think was a really good idea because having made a lot of mistakes along the way, if I had had more money in the beginning, I just would have made more expensive mistakes.
Totally.
You know, so it's like kind of a blessing in disguise, I think.
When did you move into this space? Sure.
And then we were there for a year, and then in 2009, like we like started to like look for other like places, and that's when we got this space, which was just the front, and then plus.
So what is the benefit of having a machine do something that a human can do?
Well.
It keeps us from getting carpal tunnel.
When can you run a business out of your basement or bedroom, and when do you have to like start looking for other space?
Well, the thing is that if you have like a web-based business, it is very easy to like run it out of like a private space like that, because on the internet you can like lie and nobody knows any different. So it's like, and at the time, even though it was like run out of my basement, I mean our stuff was carried in stores, like super high-end pet stores. Nobody had any idea that it was like being made in the basement that grew weed in half of it and flooded in the winter. And actually, when we moved into this space, we were like, oh great, well we have a storefront, but we didn't really have any retail dreams. And so I think actually one of the biggest learning curves for us as a company was just like keeping shop hours. Like all of a sudden you couldn't just like be like, oh well, I'm gonna go to yoga this morning and I'm not actually gonna start working until like 2. Like no, people want to come in. So it's like you have to be there at like 11 in the morning, which seems late, but it's kind of hard for some of us to do that. When we moved into this space, I'd say like maybe like 1/20th of our sales were like walk-in, and now it's like a 40. So it's really had a huge impact, like as far as just like daily advertising. I mean, we're on like one of the main strips in Berkeley. We're across the street from Berkeley Bowl. It's like we get so much passive advertising for a lot of reasons. We get actually a lot of constant remarks from people that come and like, oh, so this is interesting. Well, good luck there, ladies. And we're like, oh. Gross.
For people starting out with their different ideas that they feel passionately about, how to make that little idea, how to start trying to make that into a business.
There's a lot of like things that you have to take into account first. Like you have to do the hard numbers. Like I remember like a long time ago, I'm like, oh, look at this. All I have to do is make 5 collars a day and I'll be rich. Like, no.
Okay.
Like, no. It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
Like, especially like as a solo act, it's not just making or doing the thing that you love to do all the time. It's like you have to do the fucking marketing. You've got to like do like all the numbers. Like you've got to like, you know, like you've got to like keep all the, you have to do lots of boring government stuff, like get your business licenses in order, make sure like all the paperwork is in here. Like there's so much you have to, like if you're selling stuff to customers, you have to talk to customers a lot. You know, you can't just do like a faceless thing. Like there's gonna be somebody who has a problem, there's gonna be somebody who wants something special, like, you know, so it's like you have to, very little of your time actually gets to be making or doing the thing that you love. And I think that for me, I kind of like have like a love for all of it. Like I was like a dorky 4-H kid and I mostly did like leadership and community service type stuff. So it's like for me, like that's a huge part of it, and like teaching people how to do stuff. I love doing that. You know, like I think if I was just like a very like, if that wasn't in my nature and I just like crafting all the time, then this business wouldn't actually be a business. You know? And then part of it too is like being smart enough to figure out where your faults are so that you can find other people to like come in and help and complement.
If someone has an idea, they want to experiment, they want to see if their idea might possibly be interesting to the world. I'm kind of curious to hear, like, you know, what were the first, I don't know, 6 months to 18 months for you, like from that time that you first made your first ones?
So long ago.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was such a huge learning curve. I mean, most of the first collars I made fell apart.
Okay. Like you sold them and they fell apart? People came back to you, or?
I would like make them and like try them on dogs at work. And then like, yeah, and then some of them would like fall apart and stuff. Or like the very first order I got for a store to do like 6 leashes, which to me was like this unbelievably large number of leashes. That's actually when I got Julian in to help me. And we oiled the leashes before dyeing the edges so the dye didn't actually get absorbed into the leather. And so black ink came off on your hands anytime you touched those leashes.
Growing pains.
Total growing pains. But also too, like you just end up like doing like a bunch of like research. Like I took a bunch of classes like at the SBA.
Oh, okay.
Like huge. That was great.
Oh, cool.
Like they set me up with like a mentor at one point along the way. The COO for BevMo, who actually totally changed the pricing structure that I had going.
Okay.
What I would do too is I would seek out other people whose businesses I liked and talk to them and ask them how they got started. Like that to me was like one of the, because also too it's like that flatters other people and then you've kind of like made like this ally and this person you can like ask for advice like when shit gets hard, which it will, you know.
What do you think I'm doing here? Yeah, exactly. How important is marketing? How do you go about marketing?
Marketing is extremely important.
And what is marketing in your own words? Because I think, you know, I used to have this resistance around that word. I don't so much anymore, but I'm really curious to hear like people's different definitions of it.
So for me, marketing is like anything that kind of gets word out to potential customers. So it's beyond just advertising. It's like the experience that comes with your product. So for us, like in like the landscape has like changed a lot, obviously. Like as far as just straight up advertising options went, like when I started, it was all just like magazines, right? Because like the internet was still a baby, like there were no social media sites, like there were your chat groups on Craigslist and like that was it. And but it's about like networking and getting in those things. So for us, like with this product, we provide a lot of service with it. All of our products come with a lifetime guarantee. We will fix a collar for as long as you have it. Yeah, they have a positive experience with your business, they're not going to tell anybody. If they have a negative one, they're going to tell 7 people. So, you know, the fact that we have people consistently sharing their positive experiences with our business is like huge. But like it, you know, like that's huge. So, since we've never had a big budget, kind of like the cool. Thank you. Instead of like paying a lot of money like on advertising, we pay a lot to like, we spend our money kind of like to make the customers like feel special and unique. So it's like we'll do the trade shows where we go and we talk to people in person. We like when we ship out collars, we have like a whole bunch of like, you know, it's like opening a gift. Like you get like a sticker and like care sheets and like all this fun stuff. So it's like there's this entire experience that goes around it, you know? And I mean, really, like, what we're doing is we're kind of like making this manifestation of an owner's love for their dog. And so we really try and hear people, and we completely understand how important this is to them. And I think that's something that really resonates.
I want to go back to something we were talking about a few minutes ago. As far as, okay, so you have this idea, you say, okay, 5 collars a day, like, for the rest of my life. No, 5 collars a day, you know, for a year, I'm gonna be able to make ends meet, or I'm gonna be rich. And you're optimistic, and so.
Pay attention to this, Thurman.
How do you kind of anticipate? I guess what I want to explore is, you have to create a vision of where you want to get so that you can quit your day job or actually be, you know, have enough money to pay rent and put some food on the table. What really goes into making that vision? And I know that it's not perfect. You're going to be like readjusting your course like probably every day if you're a typical business person. What are your thoughts about that?
I think it's really important initially to have a business plan. Like, even if you don't like finish it or if it's not perfect, I think that the things that go into making a business plan, like really taking a hard look at your numbers, really like honing your mission. Like, what is your mission? Like, what, you know, like doing those sorts of like self-reflective exercises and like writing it down, and then periodically like doing check-ins, you know, like 6 months, a year later, like, am I still doing that? Do we need to like shift anything dramatically? But it's like just that exercise is like really, really powerful. You know, it's big. And in fact, can I show you something?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's see if I can. Hey, Leslie.
Right there. And then there's the second one.
Okay.
So see this? This list is probably 10 years old. So like,
There's also the one behind you, Anna. Right there.
which one? This one?
Yeah.
When did we do that one?
Previous to that one.
What's that?
That one was found in a super old.
Yeah.
Here we go. We just had our company meeting. So like these are our dreams. Like whenever we're gonna have the Paco Ranch,
Woohoo!
where we raise all of our own cows and steak. Yeah.
Do you have things to say about being a woman and queer-owned business?
Not being like, oh wait, dude, owning a business. It's like there's going to be like certain disadvantages. Like I was saying earlier, like the people that come in all the time. Like we just did this trade show in Perry, Georgia, and this guy like comes up to the table and he's looking at everything and he's just like, wow, this looks like a full-time job. And we're like,
For 8 people.
yeah, it is. Yeah, for like 8 people. He's like, oh, well, good luck there, ladies. You know, there's always like kind of like, like the weird like condescension factor. As far as like traditionally like male institutes like banks, venture capitalists, all that stuff. It's a world that they just do not understand. They're like, oh, people will spend money on that? I don't get it. You know? But it's like they totally understand like drones. You know? They're like, oh, it's got a motor in it. But they're like, oh, I can't believe somebody would actually spend money on that. Like, why do you need money to like, you know? Like it's funny. We actually the way that we first got any sort of like loan or capital was actually through Opportunity Fund. which is a resource that any small minority or woman-owned business should really check out. They specialize in funding really small businesses who traditionally can't get capital through other ways. Their first loan to us was a $1,000 loan, just straight up credit building. Our second loan was like a $5,000 loan. Our last loan was like a $15,000 loan. And now we don't even need loans from them anymore. But they made it so that we could get credit cards finally. We could get like, you know, and they have like really creative like repayment methods. Like we were actually their first client in Northern California to use the Easy Pay system, which is linked up to our credit card machine. So a portion of every sale through that credit card machine pays back the loan. So it's like you don't have to like pay a bill every single month. There's that. And then also, if you have a bad month, you don't get dinged for it. There's no such thing as late fees. There's no such thing as like, you know, and if you're doing better than expected, you pay it off faster. So like that's what happened to us. It's like we use the capital to buy like stuff like, oh my god, it's beautiful.
Isn't it stunning?
It's so beautiful.
It's so sexy.
Wow. I'm so excited about it. It looks really good underneath the carcass wall. I mean the backstock wall.
Check out those nails, eh?
It's been a few days, so kind of chipping a bit.
Oh, we got.
Yeah, I did all of the nails in the household this past week.
Nice.
It's the only style I know how to do. But
That's pretty awesome.
I know. It was how I saved money. I moved into a more expensive place. I had to learn how to do my own nails.
And then if you care to divulge, of course you don't have to, but if you care to divulge your secret, what's up with your white eyeliner that's so awesome?
Stole it from a 9-year-old.
Those 9-year-olds.
I know. This is actually like super new. I just started wearing it a couple days ago. I think
It's
I
really
really
great.
like it. Except for that it's kind of funny because it's like over my glasses, if I go like this, like on the right light and take a picture, it looks like I have just like a giant eyeball.
That's a cool effect. Oh, so can you tell us what it is?
Oh, it's called, I'll do that.
Here, we'll
It's called Line Crime, and it comes in all these
Line
like
Crime.
different, yeah.
Yep.
Our friend Gina came up from LA because
Yeah.
she's making a movie about my roommate,
Okay.
and she brought up all this makeup, and then the 9-year-old makeup kid stole it.